Welcome back to ChapterCast, your go-to study space for mastering ABA one chapter at a time. Today we're diving into Chapter 11, Positive Reinforcement, the heartbeat of behavior change. Whether you're prepping for the BCBA exam, brushing up your RBT skills, or just trying to make sense of why your dog listens better when you've got a treat in hand, this chapter explains how reinforcement works, why it's powerful, and how to use it effectively and ethically. Let's break it down with real-world examples and unforgettable takeaways. Let's break down positive reinforcement, one of those terms you might hear in psychology, parenting books, or even at work. But what does it really mean in our daily lives? Positive reinforcement is something you use every day, often without even realizing it. It's woven into our routines, shaping how we interact with others and how we motivate ourselves. At its core, it simply means do something, get something good, and you're more likely to do it again. It's a natural feedback loop that encourages us to repeat behaviors that lead to positive outcomes. For example, if you tell a joke and your friends laugh, you'll want to tell more jokes. That laughter is your reinforcement, making you feel good and boosting your confidence. Positive here means you're adding something pleasant, like a high five, a treat, or a smile, to encourage a behavior. It's about giving, not taking away. When your dog sits and you hand over a treat, you're using positive reinforcement. You're adding a reward to increase the chances your dog will sit again next time. It's a basic cause and effect that shapes our actions. From childhood through adulthood, we learn what works and what brings us joy or success. Imagine your kid's messy room. Instead of nagging, you say, "Clean up and we'll watch your favorite movie." The movie is the reinforcer, turning a chore into a chance for fun. You're not taking away privileges or scolding. You're adding a fun activity to encourage the behavior you want to see. This approach builds positive associations and strengthens your relationship. Our brains are wired to repeat actions that lead to good outcomes. It's a survival instinct that's been with us for thousands of years, helping us learn and adapt. Early humans remembered where the best berries grew because the reward, delicious berries, reinforced the behavior of returning to that spot. This is positive reinforcement in its most basic form. Whether it's a paycheck at the end of the month, a like on your latest social media post, or a simple smile from a friend, positive reinforcement is everywhere, shaping our choices and habits. It's not about manipulation or trickery. It's the foundation of how learning happens for everyone, humans and animals alike. It's how we grow, connect, and succeed. We're all guided by this simple, powerful principle, often without even noticing. It's the invisible force behind so many of our daily actions and relationships. So next time you celebrate a win, big or small, remember, you're reinforcing your own success and setting the stage for even more positive moments ahead. Why does positive reinforcement matter? Because it's the foundation of how we learn and grow. It's not just for pets or chores, it's about building skills, good habits, and a positive environment. Focusing on what people do right builds confidence and motivation, far more than pointing out mistakes. Would you rather work for a boss who praises your effort or one who only criticizes? Positive reinforcement creates a cycle of success and excitement to try again. It's essential in education, therapy, and personal growth, like rewarding yourself with a favorite show after a workout. This approach encourages cooperation, not conflict, and transforms power struggles into teamwork. It's about celebrating progress, no matter how small. Ultimately, it's a kinder, more effective way to help everyone thrive. Who couldn't use a little more encouragement in their life? Not all rewards are equal. Some things we're born to love. These are unconditioned reinforcers. Food when hungry, water when thirsty, warmth when cold. No one has to teach us to want these. They're powerful because they're tied to survival. A baby cries, gets fed, and stops crying. The food is the unconditioned reinforcer. That's why snacks work so well as rewards for kids and animals. Imagine working in the sun all day. Nothing beats that first sip of cold water. That's unconditioned reinforcement in action. But context matters. Food isn't motivating if you're full, and warmth isn't appealing if you're hot. This is called satiation, when a reinforcer loses its power because you've had enough. Unconditioned reinforcers are the foundation of motivation, but their effectiveness depends on timing and need. They're the universal motivators, connecting all living creatures. Remember, the right reward at the right time is what really counts. So what about rewards we learn to love? Enter conditioned reinforcers. These are rewards that don't start out as special, but over time, we come to value them deeply. They're not born with meaning, they earn it through experience and association. These are things we value because they're linked to something we already like money, which can buy food or fun. Money itself isn't tasty or entertaining, but it opens the door to things we crave. It's a symbol, a stand-in for all the good stuff it can bring us. At first, a dog only cares about treats. The treat is the real deal, the thing that makes tails wag and eyes light up. But if you always say "good dog" before giving a treat, the praise itself becomes rewarding. The words start to mean something, and soon, the dog wags its tail just at the sound of your voice. That's a conditioned reinforcer, something that gains value through association. It's like a shortcut to happiness, created by linking new things to old favorites. Some conditioned reinforcers are generalized, like money or praise, because they're linked to many rewards. They're flexible, able to motivate us in all sorts of situations, from school to work to play. Social approval is another. A thumbs up or great job feels good because it often leads to more good things. We're wired to seek out these signals, and they can be just as powerful as any physical prize. Tools like token boards in schools use this principle. Kids earn tokens for good behavior, then trade them for a bigger reward. It's a way to keep motivation alive, even when the ultimate prize is still out of reach. The tokens themselves become valuable because they're the bridge to something better. They turn everyday actions into steps towards something exciting. Conditioned reinforcers let us reward behavior right away, even if the main prize comes later. This keeps us engaged, helping us stick with challenges and build good habits over time. It's all about learning to love the steps that lead to the big reward. Each small win builds excitement and keeps us moving forward. This system keeps motivation high and learning on track. It transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for growth and celebration. We're constantly learning what's worth working for. Our brains are always updating, figuring out which rewards matter most to us. That's the magic of conditioned reinforcement. It's how we learn to love new things and how the world keeps us motivated to grow. Where does reinforcement come from? Sometimes it's from others, people around us who notice what we do and respond in ways that make us feel good, appreciated, or successful. Other times, the reinforcement comes from the activity itself. When we're deeply engaged in something we love, the satisfaction or joy we get can be its own reward, even if no one else is watching. Socially mediated reinforcement is when someone else delivers the reward, like a teacher giving praise, a friend offering encouragement, or a coworker recognizing your effort. It could be a boss handing over a paycheck, a manager giving a bonus, or even a simple thank you for a job well done, or a parent offering screen time as a reward for finishing homework, using something valued to encourage positive behavior. Most of the social skills we learn, like sharing, saying thank you, or cooperating, are shaped by these kinds of social rewards. For example, say please, and you might get a smile or a friendly response in return. But not all reinforcement comes from others. Sometimes the reward is built right into the action itself. This is called automatic reinforcement. Think about scratching an itch. The relief is instant, and you don't need anyone else to make it feel good. Twirling your hair, tapping your foot to music, or humming a tune can all be automatically reinforcing, simply because they're enjoyable or soothing. These actions can help us relax, focus, or just feel better in the moment, without any outside approval. For some people, especially those who seek sensory input, repetitive behaviors like rocking, spinning, or flapping hands provide comfort or help manage emotions. These actions aren't random. They serve a real purpose, helping people cope, concentrate, or feel secure. Understanding this helps us see that even quirky or unusual behaviors are meaningful and important to the person doing them. Whether reinforcement is social or automatic, it always works to strengthen and maintain behavior over time. The key is knowing where the reward is coming from. Understanding this can help us support positive change and growth. That's how we truly understand and influence behavior in ourselves and others. How do you know what will work as a reward? You have to find out what someone actually likes. That's where a preference assessment comes in. It's detective work for motivators. Ask the person, or those who know them, what they enjoy. Or just watch. What do they choose when given options? You can also offer choices, 2 toys, 2 snacks, and see which one they pick. Do this with different items to build a ranked list of favorites. Preferences change, so reassess often. But remember, liking something isn't the same as working for it. A preference assessment gives you a list of candidates, but you still need to test which ones actually motivate action. It's the first step to finding the best reinforcer. Next, it's time for the real test, the reinforcer assessment. Now let's see if your preferred item actually works as a reinforcer. First, measure how often a behavior happens without any special reward. This is your baseline. Then, introduce the potential reinforcer. For example, raise your hand, earn a sticker. If the behavior increases, you've found a true reinforcer. If not, try something else from your list. This process ensures you're not just guessing, you're using data to make decisions. Reinforcer assessments are essential in ABA and beyond, making sure your strategies are effective. It's the scientific method in action: test, observe, and adjust. This way, you know you're actually helping, not just hoping. The right reinforcer can make all the difference in learning and growth. Always let the results guide your next move. Found the perfect reinforcer? Here's how to use it like a pro. Use the pre-MAC principle. First do the hard thing, then the fun thing. It's classic and it works. Restrict access to the reward to make it more valuable. Suddenly, drawing time or video games become powerful motivators. Set clear rules. If you're quiet in the library, we'll get ice cream later. This helps bridge the gap between action and delayed reward. Deliver the reward immediately after the behavior, especially when teaching something new. Be consistent. If you only reward sometimes, learning slows down. Use preferred activities, understand the power of restriction, and set clear expectations. These strategies make reinforcement fair, effective, and positive. Master these, and you'll see real change. Positive reinforcement is a tool anyone can use to help others succeed. Positive reinforcement isn't a trick. It's how we all learn and grow. From a cool drink on a hot day to a paycheck, our actions are shaped by rewards. Use this knowledge intentionally, and you'll see better results everywhere, at home, school, or work. Focus on success, celebrate progress, and build confidence. Find out what motivates someone, test it, and use it consistently. Whether the reward is social or automatic, the result is the same: more positive behavior. Positive reinforcement is a superpower for teaching, connecting, and inspiring. Be observant, be kind, and reinforce the good you see. Every positive action you reinforce makes the world a little brighter. Go out there, look for the good, and help it grow. That's a wrap on Chapter 11. Positive reinforcement is more than just handing out rewards. It's about shaping meaningful behavior change. If this breakdown helped solidify your understanding, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more chapter reviews, and drop a comment on what chapter you want next. Keep learning, keep applying, and we'll see you in the next episode of ChapterCast.